Late last night, Eskom announced that CEO, Andrè De Ruyter, would no longer serve out the remainder of his notice period, but would be leaving Eskom with immediate effect. Eskom released a statement saying, following the convening of a special board meeting on February 22, 2023, the Eskom board and Group Chief Executive Andrè De Ruyter have reached mutual agreement to curtail his notice period to February 28, 2023. This development came after the airing of an interview in which De Ruyter expressed his views about the ANC. He said the party was more interested in winning the next election than solving the electricity crises. They want what will win them the next election, not what will keep the country going for the next 2 decades. I think that balance has been disturbed by turning Eskom into a state-owned entity under the direct control of the Department of Public Enterprises. He also said a state security agency operative was sent to watch him at the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Egypt last November. But why? The state security agency should be spending its resources finding the people behind the sabotage and corruption at Eskom. Because, as De Ruyter said, what is happening at Eskom is akin to treason. If you look at state security, this is an existential threat to the state. My non-legal definition of treason is if you take money to do something that is to the detriment of the state. While South Africans are forced to pay massive increases for the electricity they seldom have, criminals use Eskom as a personal ATM. De Ruyter pointed out the case of an Eskom buyer paying 80,000 rand for a pair of knee pads that only cost 320 rand at Builder's Warehouse. So, South Africans are forced to pay an 18% increase for electricity, which is then used for criminals to make a 25,000% profit. Imagine this person bought 1,000 pairs of these knee pads. That would be 80 million rand in someone's pocket. If criminals can make this kind of money off knee pads, imagine the money they stole with construction, coal, and maintenance contracts. With this scale of looting, it's easy to see how Eskom got into the state it is in. And this treason was being done with the ANC's knowledge and apparently with their approval.
Is Eskom a feeding trough, if you like, for the ANC?
I would say the evidence suggests that it is. I expressed my concern to a senior government minister about attempts, in my view, to water down governance around the $8.5 billion that, by and large, through Eskom's intervention, we got at COP26. And the response was essentially, you have to be pragmatic. You have to, in order to pursue the greater good, you have to enable some people to eat a little bit.
There seems to be a delusional idea within the ANC that they can solve the electricity crisis while still using Eskom for personal enrichment. There is too much money involved for the ANC to relinquish control of Eskom, even if their greed destroys the nation.